Cleveland at Jacksonville. Look, we had another lawsuit filed against Deshaun Watson. There are questions about whether or not he is cooked or should even be starting at this point. He genuinely looks like he doesn't know what he is doing out there. I think the only person coming out of the Dallas game with more criticism is Tom Brady. But bum. Do that at you, right?
It's true.
But look, the Jags, they withered. They completely withered in the heat against the Dolphins. Doug Peterson lost his ever-loving mind. He went for it on fourth down, deep in his own territory in a close game. What was he thinking? To just give up field position like that? It didn't really matter because the Dolphins ended up missing a field goal. But to me, that was the mindset. We got Trevor Lawrence, and in the first half, he looked like he was on pace to throw for 500 yards. Ended the game with less than 200. They couldn't operate in the second half.
Yeah, and it's also rare in life for bad people sometimes get away with it in life, right? They can go through life, they can succeed, they have a good life. It seems like all this horrible karma is finally coming back on Watson, which is just, I love it. He just seems like, everything you read about him, he just seems like truly a horrible, horrible person. And even the last one I just read about it, it's like, oh my God, this guy's so horrible. So looking out that, we're supposed to, me and Chad, be on Cleveland here. This is the bet me and Chad always make the last 6 years. And even the trends, I couldn't believe it. I was looking through our data and pulling up trends and trying to see okay, all the trends also point to this Cleveland team here. But then I went back to what me and Chad talk about all the time, which is up front, right? The guys up front. And, before the Jaguars blew that game to Miami, their front four was getting incredible amount of pressure on Tua.
Yes.
What will be different there? And then for this game, they're going against even worse offensive line here. Joshua Allen, say what you want about the kid. He was incredible last game. Even they have a couple guys up front that can get pressure for this Jags team. So I'm having a tough time because this is up to -3.5, Chad, but there are a couple books out there that have the -3. Because the pro money is going to come in on this Cleveland team. Like I said, there's a lot of benefits to betting Cleveland team if you like just betting trends. The human part of me, I can't get over it. I just think this Jaguars team's the better team. And I do have questions. Like you talked about, Chad, and you nailed it. Callahan leaving that Browns organization and going down to Tennessee and leaving that offensive line, that was such a huge deal. And now,
Callahan, yep.
Yeah, they got 2 or 3 backups coming in the offensive line, which to me, he would have helped, right? He would have coached them up to make it work for a game or two. They don't have that luxury. So I think the line's right. I think the Jaguars should be -3.5. So again, another chalky pick by me, but it's I just can't get there with this Cleveland team. So I'm hoping Evan's going to put out his trends article. Maybe he can try to get me on the other side. But right now, I'm pretty dug in on the Jaguars.
Deshaun Watson had 169 passing yards on 45 attempts. No quarterback has ever had fewer than 200 yards on 45 attempts in a week one, and it has only been done twice in the regular season since 2015. I mean,
doesn't even sound real.
It does. 45 attempts, 169 yards. That's insanity.
It really is.
But what I'm getting is you said this game is lined right, but that you're also on the Jaguars. So does that mean you're finding an edge on the Jaguars, or because you said you're betting it?
Yeah, because I had this at -4. So to me,
okay.
-3, I like the value there. I told you my fear is I talked to a bunch of professionals, and they were giving me all their reasons why they're back in Cleveland here. And apparently a bunch of trends point to it. And I found a couple of trends that did, but I'm hoping, again, Evan has an article about what these trends are, because it's just I don't really see their reasoning for it. Everyone with eyes watched Watson play that game. I know these same people say, well, what about the Jaguars? And Trevor Lawrence has been incredibly disappointing. They're not even on the same planet, the disappointment between him and Watson. We can attribute a lot of what failed Trevor Lawrence up to Doug Peterson, right? And so I think there's stuff there you can correct. Stefanski's putting Watson in the best position he could possibly put this guy in. He's catered the entire offense to him, and it's not working. So that's my big takeaway from this one.
I feel bad for Stefanski. I think he's a brilliant coach, and he has just been saddled with an albatross of a quarterback and a contract that they cannot get out of.